Hello?
What's up?
Hey, Carl, what's up?
All right, welcome to Group Chat. Absolutely no idea what episode this is, but maybe somewhere around 13. 12. Presented by Run Through a Wall Smelling Salts, the best smelling salts in the business. For you guys that don't know, this is a roundtable conversation. We talk about all things snowboarding. A lot of the topics are submitted by you guys via EIG and also Patreon. Thanks to our sponsors, Bubs Naturals, Turtlebox, and of course, the most elite smelling salts, Run Through a Wall smelling salts. Today in studio, we have Sage Kotsenburg, Craig McMorris, and Jeremy Thornburg, a.k.a. Germ Worldwide, absolute media mogul. And of course,
Worldwide.
Silk D. How's everybody feeling? How we doing?
Dude, I'm already laughing. I almost couldn't keep a straight face through the intro.
This is a very serious show, so.
I learned a last name today. I didn't know your last name was Thornburg.
Now you know. What?
I thought it was Jeremy Germ.
Sometimes I will introduce them like, this is Germ. And they're like, oh, it's Germ Worldwide. And if you're like, this is Jeremy, they're like, yeah, what do you do?
Yeah.
They're like, no idea.
It's kind of a tough, like, what do you introduce with a nickname or your first or your name? I don't know. I'm struggling with it.
What's your favorite?
Lately, I've been doing Jeremy.
Yeah.
But because it's kind of weird to Germ. Sounds weird.
Can we talk about his snowmobile helmet?
Dude,
Yeah.
Germ's snowmobile helmet is insane.
What
Have you seen it?
No.
Dude, it's a pirate map it's like a Germ, it's worldwide pirate map. The whole thing is a monster pirate map.
And it doesn't say Thornburg all big?
Under the visor, so I took the visor off.
He goes,
Let him know.
visor off, so it just says Thornburg.
Last name in the front, too, not in the back.
Last name in the front, and then is there specific locations on the pirate map of places you've been stuck on the
No,
side?
no, that would have been good.
It's just tree wells everywhere.
It's a
It's a
deep
good
one.
idea. That's a sick one.
Yeah, that's like a limitless neck tat situation.
Yeah.
Dude, limitless.
Love the last name on the front. We got to drop a photo in the.
Yeah, well-
can we get one of those?
Oh, yeah. You got to put Sage's, too. His is good, and Zach's.
Yeah, mine's good. I had a Rob Zombie one. In the back was Rob Zombie with flipping people off in the back.
That's kind of
You were
sick on the
behind me.
trail.
If you were, so if you came up on me and I'm in a tree well,
Hey, do you want some help? Fuck you.
like, this guy sucks, dude.
Oh, I love it. All right, we're going to jump right into some Patreon questions. Shout out to our Patreon members that support the show. We appreciate you guys, especially Nathan Pascal. He asks, hard-hitting question here, Monster versus Red Bull. Who's got a better team? Who's going to kick this one off? Who we got?
Let's get it started. I don't know who has a better team, but I know who has a cooler team.
Okay, elaborate.
That's the scratch.
Okay, this is my pitch for Red Bull, because Nate, we love you. Thanks for supporting the show. But you didn't specify what kind of team. And Red Bull has the only athlete that was born in the year 1969 on April 20th. So his birthday is 69-420. This man, Felix Baumgartner, the only gentleman to jump out of space. And I'm sorry, but that's the ace of spades. I don't know how you beat that.
That's a good
I got it. Mason jar.
Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah.
Felix Baumgartner jumped out of space. Mason jar's never gonna come back from space one day.
Mason Jar's jumping into space.
going
What's
into
the over-under on his longevity on both knees?
We don't know yet. They're actually doing clinical trials. They're trying to see what's going on with his knees right now to see how he's made it to the age he is right now.
You know what name really jostles the whole thing? Cannon Cummins on Red Bull.
It's a heavy one.
That's a big
It's a
get.
heavy one.
That's a big get for the Bull.
You know,
He's a great kid, though, by the way. I cannot say enough good things.
Cannon's awesome.
Yeah.
Cannon's awesome.
I'm going curveball rock star.
There we go.
We got
They didn't
Master
really
Maiden.
make, they didn't really make it into the convo, huh?
They didn't make it in the combo. Yeah, no, they didn't get mentioned.
Sneaks.
Yeah.
Concrete sneaks. We got Mons Royceland back 1080 to 50-50 recently. Unbelievable.
Best
clip.
feature ever made.
The landing strip.
Dude. Best feature ever made.
Should we just sink our teeth right into that? I'm gonna break it down for any listeners that haven't seen it. It's a gap to down tube type of situation, but it's like a medium-sized park jump to rail tube deal. Mons Roysland did a back 1080 double cork to 50-50. Fridge did a double backflip 50-50 backside 180 out. He also did a switch frontside rodeo to 50-50 back 180 out. And then a switch cork back 5, like a switch McTwist front board method situation.
Back to
switch.
Switch, right?
Yep.
Yeah, pulled it back, which is nuts. I straight up think it's one of the sickest features ever made. And there should be way more of that. Looks so fun.
There should be, lest we forget, gentlemen, lest we forget those who became before us, right? Sean White in the White Album. Do you remember those boxes?
I was just saying that. Yeah. But he hit it to a double barrel too, I think, a gap 50-50.
To a double barrel.
Which is so sketch. Like when you're seeing that, you're like, what are you going to hit, Sean? Gap 50? Like
we got all these rails, all these jumps. What do you want?
The shinner. Like,
and then also Andreas Wigg and Derelictica, that Gap 450. I don't know if you remember that. And then Chris Steffacy, fellow Canadian, that Cab 450. He's got that helmet. I think he was before he was on form. But I think that this kind of feature comes around every 5 years, and then people lose their mind. Then it kind of goes away because I don't think it's repeatable.
Cannon box.
Yeah. Dude, preach, brother.
Board slide triple cork, dude. Underflip.
When cannon boxes came out, like you're just like, you knew you were pulling up to a slope event. You're like, what's the rail setup? Like, it's like a half-ass down bar, a flat bar, cannon box, 3 jumps. Like snowboard competition builders just know how to beat up a feature. It's like now we got the quarter pipe to landing that always just kills speed. Like no one can ever clear the next.
It's about like the shark fin jumps?
The shark fin jumps, cannon box.
You're going to film something, Jerem. Up box or gap to down box?
Gap to down, probably.
Okay.
Maybe.
What about Jed in that Solomon?
Oh, team shootout.
Yeah. Cody Merrill, switchback or backside rodeo.
Was that like a Solomon thing? Yeah.
The Solomon team shootout.
Switchback 2 pullback or back
Keystone.
Keystone. Yeah.
They built that feature just so Bodie's like, I want to do back rodeo front board 270 out, which is an insane thing to say.
Okay. Maybe mixing a water, Bodie.
Yeah.
And then Latex Mansion put it down on that. But think about, like, I was just thinking about this backside 1080 to 50-50. Backside 1080 double cork to 50-50. I'm like growing up watching technical difficulties, like barely lifted nose press back 180 or nose press. It's like a crooked 45. And you're like, this is insane. This is insane. You know, front one on, switch back one off.
How times have changed.
Now people are doing backside 1080 double cork to 50-50.
It's sick.
What's going to happen what's going to happen when Cleveland Steamer, aka Marcus Cleveland, gets a hold of this feature?
It's game over.
It's over.
When Steamer gets his hands on that thing, dude. He's talking to the park builders at Domas, like, dude, what? They beat us to it? Like, guys,
hey
what
guys,
are we on?
Everybody's fired. We're bringing new staff. You guys, this was a miss. I'm sorry.
I think who built that gap to down to was that skier, Andreas Hotveit.
Oh, no way. Yeah.
That's who I think built that. I think he maybe builds parks now. I didn't really look too deep into it, but I'm pretty sure he built that and just has that. He's just building parks. And he comes from slopestyle and stuff, so he knows what's good.
Yeah, I feel like it was kind of like a skier feature for a very, very long time, but
skier trick, honestly. Like skiers have been doing
they've been there.
Like those, it wasn't really cool for snowboarders to be hitting like over a 270 on, but now it's kind of like flood. When you hit it, you're like, dude, 270 is enough. 450, like you're getting slope stylers. We're going back 10. It's like floodgates are now, everything's legal.
Yeah,
like, dude, have at it. I'm hitting Brighton tomorrow going crazy. Dude, I'm going to go like just chucking onto any rail I see. God. Like it's open season now.
It is. It is open season.
What are you thinking on this? Front two? I'm actually thinking double backflip 50-50 back one out, actually.
You know how like wall splats were huge? Like, dude, winches are coming back and the streets are about to get psychotic. Dude.
Yeah. It's just all the slope stylers, the 20 to 30th at the World Cup are now the greatest street riders of all time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just finding like 40-foot gaps, like doing like back sevens onto like down ledges and stuff.
Oh my God.
That's what we need. I'm skate style.
And I'm stoked I don't have to do that.
Jeremy, what's your take on this trend?
I think it's great. I want to see more of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, more More chuck.
More, yeah.
It's great for the joke trick throughout, but then you actually do it. Like, what do you think on that? A double front flip 50. You're like, well, actually, we can maybe do that. We can make that happen.
Do you put it in a slopestyle event? Do you make that a slopestyle thing? Because what I love about this is it's a one-off. It's a 6 slushy park. It's like and let's be realistic, it's like a smaller, wider tube. Very like
it's just safe.
It's a safer way of doing it. Like let's say this is just a flat down rail that's in any park around the world, and then you just put the jump 20 feet further back. Is this repeatable? Do you want to see that in slopestyle?
I mean, it's one of those things that kind of take it back to how slope contests will just beat up a feature, and you're like, you do it at one event, dude, it's gonna start getting like it's not gonna be cool to watch anymore. In my eyes,
I think it's our solution to big air. You take the tube, you put it in the landing. What can we see? Can we see an 18 onto that tube?
We're gonna see human beings pass away. I think we'll see that for sure. Yep, that's an absolute check. Yeah,
drop it. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sure it'll trickle into an event.
I think you do it. Maybe not 5 years straight, but do it for a year or two. See what they do.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Great
It's
point.
like I think slope builders and contests, like say for X Games, like dude, Knuckle Huck was fun. I'm a little tapped out on watching it now personally. I don't know if everyone else is, but I still enjoy watching it. But I'm like, take that same concept. You have the Knuckle Huck, then you do this for a year or two. And then you have another one. Like always come up with new, refreshing stuff. Put a feature in a slope course, but then mix it up. Like, dude, you don't always have to. It's just funny because I watched like 2003 slope qualifiers at X Games. Dude, the setup was so rogue, but it was kind of fun to watch because you had no idea. There was like 2 ways down. There was like you could hit a rail or a jump.
You need
there was
GPS to get to the bottom.
Yeah, and it was kind of fun because you just like they were weaving in and out of the course. There was channel gaps. There was like high rails. And think of what you could do nowadays. But people just, I mean, it's easy because you just get stuck on like, all right, we're gonna do 3 rails and a shark fin now. It's like it was 3 rails and a cannon box. Like now we're gonna go 2 rails and a backside 10 to 50-50. Yeah. But do it 1 year. But like mix it up.
100%.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah.
Mix it up more.
Yeah, because it's so fun. You're coming to X Games, you're like, dude, I don't know what they built this year, but now you go like, I know what's going on at X Games. Like, you could not ride for 1 year after hitting that course, and then like you could get down it. You know the speed, like you know what's going on. So
yeah, I totally agree. And it's nice when you go into a slope event or like as fans being like, there's 10 riders in this event. We don't know who's going to win.
Totally.
This course may speak to somebody who hasn't won in like 3 years, you know? There's nothing worse than showing up to a slopestyle event. It's between 2 people. They're probably going to both land their runs. This person's run is probably a little bit better. So why are we even doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if you show up and you're like, this course is insane. There's new features. Like, we don't know who's going to take it. Been watching practice. Everyone's been busting. There's a couple new, there's a gap to down. There's like, you know, there's a hip in it. You know, like I always thought it'd be cool to start a slope course with a 2-sided hip and then a step down and then like berms to bring you back in. Stuff like that where you're just mixing it up. But I'm an old head slopestyle guy that I don't know.
You mind if I jump in here, guys?
Hit in.
Jump in?
Please.
Okay.
Please do.
The snowboarding's great. I'm all for whatever changes need to happen, trick, course. Here's where I think we need to improve. Showmanship. We need pyrotechnics. If you go to Supercross, there's 45,000 people packed in a stadium. They got the guy like, are you ready? Like, there's pyrotechnics. All the riders are getting hyped up. Like, we need to, like, before we send Cleveland Steamer, before we send Sparky, whoever, on the course, like, there needs to be, like they're getting hyped up to drop in. You know, there's exhibition things happening. Remember when they had dirt bikes that were hitting, like, with spikes on the tires?
Yeah.
Metal Militia, Brian Deegan had spikes on his helmet. Like, we need to go in that. That's where the direction we need to go.
You know where we just went? That similar vibe, like Sven Thorgren hosted an event called the Rip-Off Session.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing.
Ripping off the Oxbourne session back in the day, and they had fireworks going off.
That was insane.
We were hitting the hip in the dark, which was pretty sketch. But
Waited, perfect sunset, waited for it to get icy and dark. And I was like, why? Maybe we should have done it a little earlier. And then they hit the hip and fireworks started going off. And I was like,
so sick. And like we
insane.
did like you said, a little exhibition run. Like dude chucked a backy, and there's like a bunch of people there, and everyone seemed super hyped. Instead of just playing it safe, we're just gonna go down the slope course. Like, it's cool when you get a little flavor of the event.
For sure. Because I think that's where you make major changes. But like when you watch X Games slopestyle, you want the jumps to be big and like you want to see the best slopestyle riding. Right. So don't like throw that out the window.
No,
like,
not
accentuate
at all.
that, I think is what we're all saying. Maybe
Fireworks.
Yeah, fireworks. Pyrotechnics. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, can I harp one more thing that it's probably like my favorite take that maybe not everyone's favorite take that's in big air right now, but you got to make that thing bigger.
Yeah.
Like it's on the last jump at X Games. Like, dude, that thing should be 100 feet.
Yep.
And then
Hems it all kicker.
But you're kind of running into the same conversation. And again, I've talked with riders that are in big air and they're like, I don't like that idea.
We hate it.
And it doesn't have to be at every event, but it'd be cool if there was one big air event that was like a 110-foot jump, super scary, bit of a jacket flapper coming in. But like, if you switch back rodeoed like 100-foot step down, that would take it.
Yeah, you win. Yeah.
That would be so insane to watch. And from a fan of snowboarding, I would be so stoked to see that.
That's what we're missing with Super Park. Like that was so great for that.
And maybe that's what like I'm missing. I'm like, dude, just watching someone chuck off like a 125-foot jump is so special, and no one's really ever watched it live unless you've been at Super Park.
Yeah.
I got another idea here. No bad ideas. I'm just throwing it out there. I think border cross is an easy thing for people to latch onto, but the course is boring. It's rollers. The people are wearing tight gear, whatever. I would love to see a border cross. However, I don't know how many people are in border cross. 8, something like that, give or take.
6, maybe.
You got
Usually it's like 6 or 4.
6 or 4. You got a similar concept, but instead of dropping in and going down a normal border cross course, you start off. It just is like 80-foot gaps, like 80-foot wedges, like a slope style run. Imagine a slope style course, but it's border cross.
Meant for
Big
speed.
jumps. Yeah. And I think that would be entertaining.
Oh, it'd be insane. Like I was actually it's funny you said that like a couple weeks ago. I was like, dude, if you went from the top of Mammoth and you had a race the whole way down, but there's jumps and like rollers and there is a way down, but like it's not super confined. It's not like 30 feet wide. It's like 150 foot wide. There's like different ways down. Like that'd be insane to watch.
Yeah. Mandatory massive dance floor box at the start.
like you go off, and you're like, if you start spinning to switch, you're just fakey bombing it down. Oh, it's fun to dream, huh?
Mandatory Dylan Thompson closeout to start, actually. From 1/4 commish.
Oh my God.
You could do it though, like a corralled rail that's like the closeout, and then each gate has its own like 12-foot bar. So everybody, well, I mean, actually, you have to jib like a 12-foot rail, and then there's a closeout, and then what the issue would become is we'd have to hire more paramedics, I think.
Yeah.
The amount of femurs.
Okay, hypothetically, who do you think would thrive in an event like this? Any names coming to mind?
Dusty.
Yep.
Yeah, Hendy. Jacob Ellis? I don't.
Jacob Ellis.
Yeah, Jason Ellis, I think would be good. No, there's nobody. That's why I think that's a good event.
Jar
would be good. Yeah.
I should see Sean Fitzsimon's doing pretty good in something like this. He's a psychopath. Jar, yeah. People like that.
Yeah. It would be fun. We should make
Colonel
one.
Kotz, you could probably do pretty good in that.
I think I could do okay.
That's a good event though.
I'm
If you
just trying
can't
to-
think
yeah,
of
I'm
anybody
actually,
that
like-
exists that would like really.
I'm actually thinking of like this event sounds sick.
Yeah.
Wanna
so
watch it?
fun. I want to do it.
Investors, possibly you. Sponsors, hit us up. Let's make it happen.
Let's go.
Do you guys want to do trivia? What do you
Sure.
think? I'm going to do assault pre-trivia. I'm going to do assault to get us in.
Oh. God.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
You gotta do the Victor Hedman in your eyes a little bit.
The Markov technique.
Yeah, it's the
your
Barkov. That's
Barkov,
Sasha.
yep.
Oh my good Lord. Woo.
Oh, eyes works.
It actually improves cognitive abilities.
It is.
Yeah.
We've
Put that
learned
on the
it's good.
box.
It's good for cat allergies.
It's really good for allergies. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you suffer from dander, run through a well.
Yeah.
Well, don't run through wells.
Keep
Don't
out of reach of children.
Run into a well-smelling salt.
Into a
They're
well.
a little bit wetter than the wall one.
Oh.
All right, so the concept here, this is trivia. I came up with these questions about 6 minutes before you arrived. They're pretty bad. And so first person to tap gets to answer. If you get it wrong, you got to do a salt.
You can hit your buzzer anytime while he's reading the question. You don't have to wait for him to finish.
There's not a lot of rules.
Do we have
not
to
a lot
answer
of rules.
with a question, like Jeopardy? Like, what is a grunt?
What
It will not affect your
what is-
score, but feel free.
Thank you. Thank
Silk
you.
is your judge. Silk is God.
I got a line of sight on all the buzzers. I'll be making the calls.
What do you think the prize should be? Should we give these guys like $25 to Arby's or something?
Yeah. Applebee's.
A roast beefer in the lot. We're all hitting a roast beefer in the lot.
You intentionally lose because you actually don't want it.
I'm actually kind of hungry.
All right, so here we go. First question. In 2002, who won women's half pipe?
Kelly Clark.
That's correct. You got that down? So,
Yep.
I was there.
okay. How
Sage and women's pipe events, man. You're never going to beat them.
how many bench press reps at body weight, which is 180 pounds, can Zak Hale do?
The limit does not exist.
That's there is a number. I mean, it
That
is
might be
limitless.
assault.
But there is. He currently does have a. He does have a
10.
number.
7.
Correct answer is 12.
Wow, Zach.
You can do 12?
You can do 12 at body
go
weight.
fresh
Very
one?
impressive.
Did he tell you that, or did you see it?
I saw it. I was
Okay.
there. I was actually there.
Oh, that's solid.
That's pretty impressive.
That's good. Woo! I'm gonna hit that and a little sipper.
All right. In the absence video Pop, what trick does Travis Rice do on mineshaft jump?
Cab 9 chicken wing.
That's correct. He also does a back 7 for bonus points, but yeah.
I was going to say back.
Yeah. Competitive.
I wasn't going to say that. That was.
Okay, what was Zak Hale's ender in the Burton 13 video?
What is a backside 270?
That is correct.
Oh my!
That
Is
was
that
a
on
gimme.
the gap?
That was absolute.
Of course it was. You could just throw that out. Was that on a gap too? Oh yeah.
I heard Zak Hale. Backside 270.
Zach Hale on that Mons feature could be lethal.
Absolute problem. Yeah.
Absolutely diabolical.
Monster flex fit on check. Okay, who is the Peter Pan of snowboarding?
Sage.
Ulrich Bodge.
Okay, who won men's big air in 2018 Pyeongchang Olympics?
Who? Ooh, that was actually, it was, Seb Toots was in Beijing, and then in, oh my God, Pyeongchang. I'm going to go ahead and defer.
You were.
Wait, I
thought
think
I
it
had
was
it.
Seb Toots.
Yeah.
Is it Seb
It was
Toots?
Seb too. What are we giving that to him? Or
Yeah.
So see, I
you
get
deferred.
confused with Beijing and Pyeongchang. Those are those are two back-to-back Olympics.
I'd
I
be willing to
apologize.
go a half point.
You could give
for
him a
each of
sympathy
them.
point because he's kind of behind in the count right now. Sage is running away with it.
Yeah.
I think,
Sage.
I think Sage gets a half point too, though.
Okay.
In my book,
All
we're
right.
both getting halfters.
All right, you guys ready for this one? What is a YOLO flip?
It's Yuri Podlachikov, aka iPods. It was essentially it was a backside 1260 double cork in the pipe, but he called it a YOLO flip. People are still doing it now,
Here's the thing. That's what I thought. That was what I thought.
or was it the
But
Cab 12?
It was the Cab 14. So I thought it was the Mickey, but when
I thought it was
Mickey 12, right? Did you think it was the Mickey 12?
When you started saying, I was like, yeah, that was a gimme.
That's what I thought
was
it
a
was
Cab
too. But
double
when I
14.
Googled it and when I watched the X Games, it was Cab double 14. So that was, and he explains it after his
Forgettable.
X Games run.
Can we go ahead and just open up a can of worms here?
Naming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's another rotation with another cork,
It has a name.
yeah.
Don't come out the Tootsie Roll, though. Tootsie Roll was all time, dude. That was all time, dude. The Tootsie Roll is
back ten double, basically.
OG.
Yeah.
I think I might actually start bringing that back.
No, that's as sacred
do you
as the
think?
Bible. You don't.
On top of pyramid, what are
Yeah,
you thinking?
maybe-
Cab 9? I'm actually thinking Tootsie Roll.
Yeah. Everyone's like, what was it? Like, it's a back 10. Oh, yeah. Our naming tricks is fun.
All right, you guys on point? Here we go. Which rider is quoted saying, "Cow is fat, time to slaughter"?
Travis, Ricky, Rice.
That's correct.
I think yours is too far away from you.
No, the mic. It's
Yeah, you got to get in there. Get in
Just
there.
like-
This one's Germ. You got to be ready with this.
Yeah.
One. What filmer is quoted saying, "I'm just trying to keep it rolling"?
That's Carlino.
That's correct.
The accent.
Joey
It was a good
Meat Sticks.
impression.
Wow. I closed my eyes, thought it was here.
I had no idea.
It's when it's in Get Real, Jed. Like, we get kicked out at the spot, and then Carlino's running over with the fisheye, and he slips and falls. We're like, "Oh my God, you okay?" He's like, "I'm just trying to keep it rolling."
I love Carlino. I miss him.
Okay, what rider is quoted saying, "I don't even know what day of the week it is. I just need to snowboard." I know I just need to snowboard. Oh my God, I'm a little disappointed if you guys don't get this one.
Was this before 2010?
I don't know what year it was. No, I don't. Maybe. Yeah, around that time. Carlino may have produced this movie. It's a Transworld video. This gentleman is
In color.
before that.
Get real.
Before that. I'm gonna make you guys find this one. I'll say Louis has. Oh,
These days?
Yeah, Louis Fazender. Actually, he does it. Robbie Walker. Yep,
Is it, who is Nick Dirks?
that's correct.
Wow.
Woo,
That's
nice.
bad.
I'm
didn't
glad
know
we
that.
got to that one. What rider is quoted saying, "The second thing I thought was, I could never think like that again because this is how we do it."
It's too easy. I'm going to let you take this one.
I don't got it.
And it starts with a J and ends with a P. Rhymes with knocker. JP Walker?
That's correct.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. What rider is quoted saying, "Happiest guy up Brandymine"? Me.
I go for.
Who is Mikey Renz?
That's correct.
I almost just said
Mikey Red's back five, form step down.
beast.
Last question. Who is the most yoked snowboarder?
Group disco.
Zach.
Zak Hale. That's correct.
Yes.
Jack, put him down. Put him down for one.
Oh,
Nice.
wow.
You guys did okay. You guys did pretty good.
We actually have a tie.
Really?
Yep.
I thought
Craig
Sage
and
crushed
Sage.
everybody.
No,
I kinda
Craig,
let off
Craig
the
got a lot of
brakes, yeah.
quotes.
Yeah.
Got a lot of
Tiebreaker.
quotes.
I didn't have my
We need a
quotes.
tiebreaker.
Tiebreaker.
Okay. I actually do have a tiebreaker on here. It's kind of a shit question, but it's
Good.
fine.
Focus up, boys.
All right.
Drink your energy drinks.
Name one founder of Dinosaurs Will Die.
Who is Jeff Keenan?
That's correct.
Sorry, Sage.
Did you know that one?
That's
coming
I didn't know his. I just knew Keenan.
Oh, yeah. And
Like I don't know his. I didn't know
and
if
Sean
his first
Genovese.
name or
That's
last
correct.
name. Yeah.
Keenan would have been acceptable,
but
yeah.
who? There's one more, is there not? Or is it just those two?
I think it's Jeff Keenan and Sean Geno.
Genovese.
Yeah. I might be.
Why am
I'm
I
sorry
thinking-
if I that's fake news. You guys can get really mad in the comments.
Everyone gets super pissed.
Yeah. Ricky from Red Deer, steering wheel beaten
There's
off his
somebody
track.
screaming in their car driving on the freeway right now.
I could have done better than them. Put me in the booth.
We got a snake draft coming up in a little bit, but I was thinking maybe we were talking yoked snowboarders. Should we call Zak Hale?
Please. Yes, please.
Should we call Zak Hale and bully him for a little bit?
Yeah.
You know, it's actually really funny. In my text messages, I said, "Are you riding today?" He said, "Hitting the gym first." That's the last thing I got from him. And
it.
I
You
can
can't even
actually-
say like, "Yeah, I'm going riding." Like he needs you to know.
Yeah, going to the
he's
gym
snapping.
first. I don't know if you can see that. But
Yes or no? It's a yes or no question.
Yeah.
Zach. Yes or no question. Jones, you ever find yourself tired, low on energy?
Yes, Chris, I do.
Well, let me tell you something. 75% of Americans are chronically dehydrated. And that goes up when you're in the mountains and you're at elevation. You're going to be even more dehydrated. So you know what the solution is, Jones?
Don't go to Colorado?
That's one. You could also drink Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die. There's 2,000 milligrams of electrolytes. There's no added sugar, and there's no artificial flavors.
I love that.
Now, when I'm hydrated, I have more energy. I ride better. I can probably still grab my board. When I'm dehydrated, I can't.
No, my skin literally will crack if I try to grab my board unhydrated.
You look like a lizard that's been dead for 30 years.
And not the Lizard King.
Not the Lizard King that also got run over by a car. It's roadkill.
Yeah, salamander.
Exactly. So if you want to get some Bubs Naturals Hydrate or Die, use promo code BOMBHOLE for 20% off at checkout. And stay hydrated with Hydrate or Die, Jones.
I will. Thanks, Chris.
Yo.
What's up, dipshit? You're on the air.
Oh, wow.
Scroter.
Right in the middle of cooking up a bison patty.
Bison patty, huh?
Are you sprinkling a little Cree on that thing?
My lunch is currently an avocado, bison patty, and some mozzarella cheese.
Wow, protein.
That thing's not touching a bun, eh?
Keeping the carb count
Not
down?
a piece of bread in
Not within 100 miles of them right now.
No.
I might have, I got some hard-boiled eggs, too, I might crack up. Maybe a piece of smoked salmon, really get it going.
You know what I want to see you do, Zach, that would be important is not hard-boiled eggs, just raw eggs. That's when you know you're committed. You just start chugging egg yolks.
Save a step.
How do you take your eggs? Shell.
Shelled.
Hailstorm, we've been a little bit concerned about your creatine intake. Can you fill us in on what that looks like?
Scoop in the morning, and then maybe a scoop at night before I go to bed if I'm really feeling hell.
I like the scoop before bed. It's like,
Actually,
is it in a jar by your bed?
Yeah, no, it's by my salt.
Subbed out the Vaseline for the cream.
It's actually it's an extra salt and pepper. I just put a scoop of creatine on this bison patty actually for some extra shocking flavor.
People carry snooze packets around in their back pocket. You got a little scooper of creatine.
Got a little side caddy on his belt.
You think you're onto something selling smelling salts. I'm going to start fucking making packaged creatine hits.
Dude, zeatine, dude.
Oh my God. Dude, we should start selling creatine. Pro model Zak Hale creatine.
Photo of him on the label.
no, that one's not free. I want all the proceeds on that one.
Zach, are you in the two plate club yet on the bench?
Almost. I wish Jeremy and I were no.
Zach,
we're
it's a
working
yes or no question, Zach.
No.
Okay.
No.
Also,
no,
are you riding tomorrow?
Yep, I am. It was really fun today.
Did you go to the gym first?
Yep, I did.
Also, Zach, I have a proposition for you. I'm willing to put down some money. My friend Russel Chai is really into the bench press as well. Russel69 on Instagram. Do you think you can outbench him? And if so, how much money would you put on the line?
Yes. I would. I'd bet a house.
Oh my! We're going past pinks. We're going,
and it's. I think we should do body weight, like not just straight up number. Yeah, like it's who can actually lift
What's
more.
Russel69 clocking in at?
yeah, how much?
I don't know. I couldn't even put
In kilos.
Yeah, sorry, I got
Canadian.
In kilos, we got to convert that.
Yeah.
I would choke myself with the bar before I let him beat me.
All right, you've heard it here first.
Go
there
out
will be a
swinging.
bench off. Yeah.
Cool. Where are we doing this?
I like how now it's not even just asking about snowboarding. It's literally just asking about working out every time.
Specifically creatine intake.
And I know
I
we're
don't
gonna
really know if I want
Brandywine parking lot.
Brandywine parking lot.
January 10th.
Yeah.
Rusty bench.
Rusty bench.
Rusty bench.
The
But after
rusty bench stand.
a day of sledding.
Ooh, wow.
God, that would be sick. Has Jerem said any words yet?
Oh, yeah.
Couple.
Zach, Jerem's doing good.
He had the hottest take of the session so far, I think.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually been talking.
He's funnier than you, dude.
See?
I agree with that. That doesn't seem
We
very
were,
different.
we were discussing snowmobile bonnets, actually. We were talking about the Thornburg monster snowmobile bonnet that he wears, his helmet. Does yours say hailstorm on the back? I can't remember. Just hail.
No, mine just says hail, but with a gator print.
Oh, gator.
Got the gator print. His is hard.
Visor
I
or no
would
visor?
I go visor. I can't do the no visor.
Respect.
Was there a point in your career where you did no visor though? I have like a mental image of you having no visor on, like Whistler.
No, I don't. I've always gone visor. I grew
right,
up in
fuck
Southern
me. Sorry,
California.
guys.
I'm Moto 951. I go visor.
He's actually swinging by Twitch's house later to practice his whips. He's a Temecula.
My first cell phone was a 909 area code. So,
Sick.
Zach, how long you been on Monster?
dude, 18 years.
It's insane.
He's been on longer than some people on the team have been alive.
Dude, 18 years and I still don't have a chain, a ring. Like, I want something.
I want something.
Want some sort of gift.
You got a gator helmet. That's pretty sick.
I know. They honestly give us so much, and I'm over here complaining.
Of course you are.
Till the day you die.
I've gotten to do so much life supported by Monster Energy, and I'm complaining about not having a ring.
that you would never wear.
Yeah, that I would never wear.
I'm looking through our Instagram questions here, Zach, and it says from @Zak Hale, Chris, can I borrow your pressure washer this weekend? Let's sink our teeth into that.
That was before I asked you personally. I was like, you might think that's kind of weird if you asked me that on air.
What are we doing here? What are we using it for?
I got to get some paint off some concrete.
Yeah, that's not gonna be a problem. We got high PSI things. Basically, the loudest pressure washer you've ever heard. So you might want to let your neighbors know before you fire this thing up. It's obnoxious.
Yeah, I don't know about your tools. Remember last time you came over here with your dull chainsaw? My dad still makes fun of you about that. He goes, "Oh, Chris, the dull chainsaw guy doesn't even know how to start that thing."
Are you talking about Ronnie Hale, the guy that was wearing boat shoes with a can of Copenhagen in his pocket? It's plaid shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Tough luck.
He judges you off of your chainsaw, and you got judged hard.
I have to be honest with you. Ronnie Hale is a living legend, okay? And I will take whatever he throws at me. And you are spawn of Ron. So.
Spawn of
You're spawn of Ron.
That's the new sled helmet.
alien helmet. Like,
Why do you have a bunch of jellyfish on your helmet, Zach?
It's just like my face on like a little sperm coming out.
the spawn of Ron.
Get that to the graphic designers at Monster ASAP.
We need to get that to AP pronto.
All right, Hale. Well, I think we covered all the topics we needed to. We're going to keep it moving.
Oh, cool. Just a quick roast, and then you guys are out. Nice.
A little bit of light bullying, and then we're back to the show.
See you at dinner.
Yeah. Later.
Watching hockey later if you want to come by.
Oh, dude, and Game 6 of Minnesota and Denver.
Yeah, well, again, like I said, we're watching hockey.
Completely different sport.
Again, so not basketball. But at any rate, I'll talk to you later, Hale. Good catching up.
Later, Scrope.
Yeah, later, guys.
Should we call Russell Chai now? He's available, and I think we
69?
get we get his numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We got to get the numbers.
All right, we're calling Russell 69, media mogul.
Old call.
Is he going to pick up?
Hello.
Russell 69, you're on Bombhole group chat. We got Craig Mick, Sage, Germ Worldwide, and Silk D. It's Grenier here. How we doing, Russell 69?
I'm doing great. Does this mean I'm live?
I mean, it's not live because it's coming out in a few days.
It's like a natural selection tour live. It is, it isn't. We don't
to tape, yeah.
We don't know.
Go ahead, Craig.
Young Chai, there's ability for you to win a house. We need to know your bench pressing numbers. If you can beat Zak Hale in a bench press competition, you win a house located in the beautiful city of Salt Lake City, Utah.
Holy shit.
What's your numbers?
Well, my numbers. Well, I mean, I've never really gone to the max here. What's we're just shout out numbers here.
Well, I recently saw him do 12 reps on the bench press at body weight, which is 180 pounds, which is pretty impressive. So the question is, how many reps can you do at body weight? That kind of evens the playing field.
Oh, I don't even know if I got body weight.
You have till next January to get.
So I would hit the bench tough this summer.
Creatine twice daily.
Yeah, I would stick
HGH.
creatine in your back pocket and have some before bed.
And you get a house.
And then you have a house in Salt Lake City, Utah.
And for the listeners that are tuned in, Russell 69 is the media mogul responsible for Mark McMorris's YouTube channel. Amongst what else do we got? Russell 69, Craig.
He was kind of the founder of the Weekenders, if you remember that. Darcy Sharp, Tom Nicholson, Mikey Cicerelli, does a lot of stuff in and around snowboarding, and actually created a nice little YouTube video from our time at landing gear at Mount Bachelor. So you can go watch that on my YouTube. But there's not much he can't do other than bench press his own body weight right now.
Yet.
Yet. Yeah.
Start training. Start thinking about it.
I will be. I'll be doing that by the end of the summer.
12 at body weight. I love that. Now let's talk hockey for a second. This Oilers series, how are we feeling? Backs against the wall a little bit. Give us some hockey analysis.
The Canucks are finding themselves in a bit of trouble, but I believe in them tonight. And as long as Oilers don't win the cup, I can die a happy man.
There you go.
Russell Chai hates the Oilers more than anybody in this world.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where are you from, Russell?
Well, that's just a Calgary thing. If anyone's from Calgary, they'll understand.
The Calgary kid. All right, Russell. Well, we're going to keep it moving. We just want to throw a bench press proposition at you. Sounds like you got some work to do. You got your work cut out for you.
Okay, well, what's my hard deadline here?
I'd say Jan 1, just to give it an easy, clean rest of the year.
Yeah, the year 2025.
Yep.
Yeah. And it's going to be in Brandywine parking
I'll check
lot
back in Jan
after
1.
a day of snowmobiling.
We'll see you at Brandywine on
All
New
right.
Year's Day.
I'll talk to you guys.
All right, Russell.
Bye, Russ.
Good chatting, brother.
Later.
Later. That was great.
Brandywine New Year's Day would be
Electric.
out of a movie.
All right, let's get into some Instagram questions here. Here we go. That was great. Russell69, media mogul. All right, Craig. Let's start with you. First question is from Truth Smith.
Oh,
Shout
my
out
neighbor.
Truth.
Yeah.
He says, ask Craig about his favorite chirp on the hockey rink, like a hockey chirp.
So I play beer league hockey, and everybody has to go to work in the morning, but people get fired up, right? You know, adults doing sports that is not their sport is
Civilians.
It's civilian. It's very dangerous, honestly. People get they're playing way out of their shoes, and usually people cross check you, and then I say, brother, you got to go to work tomorrow. What are you doing, man? And people really don't like that one. There's a guy named Aaron Oberson who really didn't like that one. So shout out to Aaron in Pembroke.
Brada.
All right, we got one for Big Germ here. This is from Tom, Peepin' Tom. It says, Germ, best and worst border to shoot and why?
Best.
Oh my God.
Choose your words wisely here.
The best easy choice. I'll go with Sage.
Yes.
Biased,
He signs the checks.
Completely biased.
He signs with
but
checks.
it is the best. I would say the worst.
Here we go.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I would say the worst. It's not him, but I filmed Joe Sexton one year, and we did a follow cam at Rail Gardens,
How many tries?
and it was like 100, and I think I hiked Rail Gardens like over 100 times.
That adds up.
Yeah.
That is
So it's not him, but it was more of like the
situation
that
you get in with
situation.
Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah.
great. I would do it again still.
That's amazing.
But
Did you get it?
we got it, I think, at the end. Yeah.
Sick.
Hope
Yeah.
so.
How was your videograss year?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that answer. Way to be honest, Germ. Also, we haven't really introed Germ. There may be listeners that don't know who Germ is. Another media mogul, photographer, filmer, double threat. Works with Sage.
Makes
And
all my shit.
Sage Kotsenburg YouTube channel, which is hitting.
Fantastic.
Kinda
Fantastic
hidden.
channel.
Yeah.
You guys do such a good job.
Thank you. Yeah, Germ. Also, the filmer of Lick the Cat.
Yep.
Which, before we get going any further, I was asked multiple times when I told people who I was going to be on with, when are we getting Lick the Cat again? When are we going back?
We've talked like about it. It's hard. Everybody is doing their own thing a little bit.
I mean, if it's hard, everybody, or if it was easy, everybody would do it, right?
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Everyone make it.
But there's always like somebody's got something to do this year. It'd be hard. I would just want to do it when everyone
Yeah.
can do it.
Let's talk about, well, first of all, let's talk about the name Lick the Cat. You guys picked that name when you were adolescent. You could say, how do you feel like it's aged, guys?
I mean, we don't really use it anymore, or like
Like fine
like
wine.
fine wine. Yeah.
It's the best being like 18, 19 and telling like just adults like, yeah, we're Lick the Cat. They're like, what up with these kids? You're like, yeah, it's so funny.
LTC, if you need to.
LTC,
Yeah,
if you need a legal name.
So Willie G Shreds, shout out Willie G. He asked, Germ, does Sage ever offer to film you?
Yeah, I mean, maybe not film, but more of like he always offers me like to take a run at the end of the day or however many runs as I want. I don't really care to get filmed. It's more like take a few laps.
Yeah. You got to get the filmer of free riding.
Yeah. So I would say that's
After
sure
the job's done,
yeah.
get the laps in.
There's plenty of snow around the landing.
I love it. Well, talking about YouTube channels, we have one, Bombhole. We got Craig Mix got one. We got Sage's YouTube channel. You guys, all your YouTube channels are popping. What do you guys think about this day and age of riders popping off their own YouTube channels?
Yeah, I mean, we started one 2 years ago, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah, probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. And I think the way we saw it was there's not a lot of great outlets for where you want like a long form thing to go out in snowboarding. It's a little bit tough. And so, yeah, we obviously saw a bunch of people making edits and doing fun stuff. Like we love just making edits, you know, or just like going and filming stuff that's not just an Instagram clip, because that's what I always like to watch in the morning. And that's probably a lot of people. So we started with no like total goal or anything, but just wanted to like make edits and show some behind the scenes of stuff, and people have been loving it, and we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah. Greg, you got to take.
Well, I got a question for you guys. Were you guys Transworld guys when you were younger? Remember, like when the website popped, like that was the YouTube
Sunday
for
in the Park,
right? Like,
comment threads on Sunday in the Park.
They were ruthless, absolute ruthless comment sections. I was the same as that, so I like loved that, and I always have been drawn to long form videos and stuff like that. But it's a little bit different landscape nowadays, you know. And you look at different industries like surfing, or there's so many. Like golf, for instance, there's some great YouTube golf channels and stuff like that. And I think snowboarding is moving into that. So it kind of makes sense to put your energy or focus into that. And I feel like my YouTube channel was kind of like an afterthought for a couple of years. Like I'd film a year and then we'd take all the scraps and then put it together, which is okay. But I find lately we've been doing very focused, like we're going on a week trip, we're doing a YouTube video, and I feel like those get the better response. But I'm curious to any of the listeners, and sound off in comments and let us know, what do you want to see on YouTube? What like is engaging to them? Because that's kind of where I want to go. Like if people are like, we want to see this, and like, let's make that. I think that's the whole point of snowboarding. Right? You want to make stuff for people to be stoked on, and people want to watch it. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I like stoking people out.
Yeah.
You got anything about ours?
Well, I think it was just like we also on trips would just like watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we were doing. And we were like, we should do this.
Yeah.
100%. And
yeah.
I think it's good in snowboarding too. If you look at the YouTube space, or like, I guess the word vlogging is a bit of it's a bit of a trigger word.
Triggering.
It's a lot of snowboarders and skateboarders are like triggered. They don't want to touch it with a 10-foot pole because like the YouTubers, which are known for vlogging, that space was occupied by generally, not everybody, but there was some kooky people in that space. So cool snowboarders don't want to come into a space that's occupied by quote unquote kooky people. But it's really cool to see the shift change where people like yourselves are coming into that space and creating content that is fun to watch. And you know, these days when you see there's over 100 trick videos that come out a year, like it's like 80 to 100 videos, which is like tricks edited to music, and there's a lot of that, but there's really not a lot of behind the scenes, like the bonus section in DVDs. How much I love bonus sections, right? That's
so
what
good.
YouTube's for, I feel like.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think like everyone's like a little bit different. Like with ours that me and Germ do, it's just like if you go on, like you're just seeing good snowboarding. And yeah, there's some behind the scenes stuff, there's some raw stuff, there's edits, there's trip based, there's some sponsor stuff. But like I think that general theme of it is like high quality snowboarding and like keeping it that way. And so that you're not just like, you know what you're going to get when you come to the channel. Like, dude, we're going to watch like a session 130-foot jump, or like you're going to watch, an edit of like Utah when it was just firing, you know, and just keeping it somewhere in that realm where I'm like, okay, what would I like to watch? And we're like learning, you know, we have our edges, I think now. We're like, okay, we probably won't do that again. Or like, we might want to do this a little bit more, and we're learning as we go too. So it is just really fun. And I think it's like, we came from making Lick the Cat edits. So we like to make edits, and that's like the basis of like snowboard. I grew up watching edits and I love it. And I also like making full length movies with Germ. But those just take a little bit more time, and you want those to be dialed too. So it's just like, yeah, it's a different landscape now than what it was a couple years ago. And it's definitely a place where I think you can really put out like your own snowboarding and get like your own audience on like YouTube where people are actually, they're not just getting little tidbits, you know, like Instagram is so good for that. And I go back and forth on Instagram, you know, but it's like, it's so good for like seeing Mons do a back 10 onto like a rail. But if you want to watch a long form thing, I might watch a 9191 or I'm watching like a full length movie or finding some session of someone doing something. And I think it's a good medium to have.
I want to pick up on something that you said, Sage. High quality snowboarding. Like that's what I want in my YouTube video as well. I feel like once you separate those two and you start making videos just to make videos, that's a very dangerous space. That's where it becomes vlogging, all that kind of stuff. Like, you know, a recent one with me and Mikey, we went to Mount Hood Meadows and we spent like 4 hours hiking. Like I was hiking one feature and Mikey was hiking another because we're trying to get like an A-grade clip, you know, like we're trying to do really good snowboarding and then also tell the story around that. And I think you guys do a fantastic job of that. Chris, you guys do a great job of that. And like all the like contest recaps and stuff like that is high level snowboarding and there's entertainment. And that's what a video is really at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. Like everyone does it in their own way, or like the ones who do it well do it in their own way. Like your guys' channels are different, but it's cool because you guys are different.
100%.
So watching your trip to Hood was sick. It felt like we were there, like watching it. We watched it last week and
Sick. Thank you.
Cool.
Watching a
And then-
mammoth.
Yeah. Mammy's fight.
and then,
swag.
but then like Sage's is different. Like I think it's just like as long as you don't just try to like fake it, which I think people can see through, like making a YouTube video just to make a YouTube video.
Yeah.
I think you can see through that. And
Yeah, totally.
but
Yeah.
if you're doing it like genuinely and like snowboarding the way you want to and like showcasing that, then I think it's great.
Very keyword, genuine, I think, always comes across better.
Genuine. Yeah, it's
You know
good.
what trips me out too on your channel? Like we went and hit a jump. You put a GoPro on your head every try, and then you just put all the raw clips of you hitting the jump with the GoPro.
Well,
and it was awesome.
And the follow cams too.
And the follow cams, yeah. But
We
like
just
it's just
did-
a raw session. I like the raw session. Great. My feedback would be I enjoy watching that.
Cool. That's rad. Yeah, they've been getting good response, and it was something that when we kind of started throwing those out, we're like, see how these do, or see how like it's kind of hard putting out like some of your bails. Like you're like, you don't
There's
always
those-
want to just put out your bails, you know. But
Yeah.
it is cool to just see a session and see how hard it is to get tricks. Because for me, like just coming from slopestyle and big air, and you're in front of a camera, you're in front of a live audience or a live crowd, and it's going on TV, or you know now it's webcasts and everything. But you couldn't hide your riding, right? And with filming, you can, but it's also cool just showing people that how hard. Like I'm not in the streets anymore, but dude, the streets is so gnarly. The like backcountry is heavy, man. It's not all fun and games, and it's cool to educate people that maybe don't know about that on that without looking in the camera and telling them like, we're going to go build a jump today and do this. It's like, you're just like, this is how gnar it is. Like it's quiet when people are dropping and you can kind of hear like when you're sessioning like a ravine gap or a Chad's gap, like, dude, that is gnarly. Like your body's on the line. Like if you mess up on Chad's gap, you know what's going to happen. Like, dude, your potential career ending injury, you know? And so you can feel that in the raw videos, but I watch some of like a surfing raw session like Chopu, and you're like, yo, this is so gnarly.
Yeah.
And you can kind of feel that. So
the story tells itself in those
the story
kind of
tells
things.
itself. Yeah, you don't need to be there telling people like this is what we're doing. And you know, a little bit of that's cool if the moment is there for it, but sometimes just like you let the moment speak for itself and you're like, dude, this is the raw sesh, like at the top, breathing all heavy and drop. You know, you're like, dude, you can tell it's like, all right, this is gnar, you know? And people seem stoked on that. So.
It's maybe like you were there, like how it would be if you were there.
Yeah.
Like, so no one's going to be telling you like they're about to go. Or
Yeah. Yeah. And I think moving forward, we'll keep doing those when they make sense, you know, but that's something that I think it's cool because you can just see how gnarly stuff is. Like if you're hitting a big cliff or something, or if you're hitting a huge jump, and it kind of motivates you or it motivates me to like be hitting big stuff too, and just have stuff where it's like, all right, dude, let's push it, you know? Cause I like doing all sorts of riding, but I love just like kind of getting scared and want to shit my pants. You're like, oh my God, this is so gnarly. But Yeah, it's all fun.
I think
it's
one
sick.
thing that's hard about doing snowboarding like videos on YouTube is YouTube rewards consistency, and in snowboarding it's almost impossible to be consistent. Like there's so many times where like this week we're gonna do this, we're gonna get like want to go hit this jump. It's like no, you're not gonna go snowboarding this week. Like you're in you know Alaska and you're not snowboarding this week, so like you can't really make a vlog that way. So I think that's one of the like the only negatives really that I'm seeing. But
And it's so seasonal. Like right now, not that many people are probably wanting to watch snowboarding to go get motivated to not snowboard.
yeah.
Which is a perfect segue. We got a Patreon question from Mike Edmondson. Thank you so much. He asks, what are your off-season goals? We're talking lengthy retention, or are we blowing out all summer? Anybody want to field this one before we get into our draft?
Oh man, summer goals, dude. Probably bench more than Zach would be cool.
That would be great.
Got
That'd be great.
to buckle up a bit, hit the Cree a little bit more, but that would be cool. Just a little in your face. I don't think I got it, but
Shoot for the moon though.
shoot for the moon.
All right, well, this is a good segue, I think, to get into. We're going to do a draft, okay? We're going to do top 4 summertime activity draft. Now, for people that are unfamiliar, when you do fantasy football, you select your players in a draft format. Now, instead of selecting players, we're selecting summertime activities for non-snowboard, for people that snowboard to do in the summer. What do we like? So Craig and I are a team. Sage and Germ are a team, and then Jules and Silk will be a team. Let's grab Jules and let's get into this draft. Okay, so we have selected our draft order. Craig and I. Do we have a team name? Team Pucks and Deep?
Pucks and Deep.
Do you guys have, Sage, you got a team name?
Lick the cat. Yeah.
Okay. Silk and Jules, you got a team?
Team Bumhole employee / manager.
Okay, we got our team names.
That's a good name.
Now we're gonna post on Instagram our list, and you guys vote on who has the best summertime activities. We're going P1 on this. We got first pick in the draft. Not because of any randomized. I just pulled rank on this. So
We had a terrible last season, and we're looking to rebuild.
yes, it's a rebuild.
Yeah.
So Craig, why don't you air out our first pick for summertime activities P1?
With the first pick in the summertime draft of 2024, Team Pucks and Deep selects barbecuing.
Barbecuing, that's correct. And now barbecuing to me, easy first pick. It's like it's getting warm. You're throwing meat on the grill. You know, you got a steak, you got some meat missiles, you got skin bags on there.
You have creatine on a ribeye.
You have creatine on top of the ribeye. Playoff basketball, playoff hockey. You know, maybe the Masters is on. Who knows?
Yeah.
You
You
know?
got a full bison hanging out in the garage there.
Yeah. Yep. Freshly clubbed bison
Yep.
that you're ready to eat. And
Extinct bear.
so we're going barbecue. That's our P1. So we're gonna go ahead on to Team LTC.
We're gonna do chilling.
Chilling.
Fuckers.
P1.
That's so fucked up.
chill.
I came up with that.
Can you elaborate?
It's been a long winter, so it's time to chill.
It's time to chill, man.
So what? It's like what
Put
do you got
the
on the
feet
schedule
up.
today?
Well, like we're at your barbecue, but we're not barbecuing. We're just chilling. You guys are doing all the work.
Cooking,
Like, we're just-
cleaning,
yeah.
shopping.
Like we're just
God,
chilling.
yeah. We hit the jump first, overshot it. They got perfect speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chilling is a great P1.
Classic.
Classic second drop.
Yep.
Okay, our turn.
Yep.
Okay, our first pick is going to be boating.
Okay, explain why.
Just imagine me on a boat, red bikini, black cherry white claw in hand, 5 friends around me, dancing, singing along to ABBA. Guys on the boat, steering the boat, making us food. There's no better day.
Where's Silk?
Okay. Picture this. Picture this. Picture this. Red
All
bikini.
about me.
Silk, cut off bathing suit.
Yeah.
Crop top.
Crop top. No shorts.
Bright red
flip-flops.
jorts.
Also, picture this. Jules shit-faced. Silk dead sober.
It's a great time. This is a collaboration. Those are my first choice.
One of the 5 friends.
One of the 5 people
All right,
allowed.
so just
Okay.
I like that. You guys
Snake draft, we're going
snake draft.
next.
So you guys are now
yeah.
into second pick in the draft here. Round 2.
Yeah.
We're gonna lock in drinking.
Sick.
I don't drink, but Jules drinks. A lot of people drink.
Jules, you drink, right?
It's a great time to drink. It's a great time to drink.
I don't drink all winter so that I can drink really hard in the summer.
Yeah, training.
Yeah, training.
Training.
What do you got?
Are we next?
We're next, right?
Oh, yeah. We're going to get bloated.
Yeah.
That was our second. That was a.
We're going to hit.
Kind of
You're
just
chilling.
piggybacking off of us. So.
Well, if you're chilling, you're probably gonna get bloated.
Yep. We're going to get bloated
Part of it.
and chill.
Now explain. Just let's sink our teeth into just bloated. You know,
Like you're
paint
eating,
a picture. Paint a picture for us.
You're drinking way too many sparkling waters way too fast. And you're like, you're at the BBQ like in the corner, like nothing's really coming out, but you want it to. That's us all summer.
That's our second.
Getting bloated. That's good. You know, if you really want the ultimate bloat, drink like 6 non-alcoholic beers.
6 NAs, and that's dude. You're ready to go home.
What a lot of people don't realize is usually bloating goes before chilling. Chilling usually doesn't come before bloating, but it's an interesting strategy for this team.
We're chill so hard that we're gonna get bloated.
Yeah.
Craig, I'm going to give you our second round pick here. You go ahead. You know, I'll let you take this one because I really was leaning hard into barbecuing.
With the 6th pick of the 2024 summer draft, we're going to go with water sports.
Okay.
Just because I feel like it accompanies boating very well. You can chill a little bit. I don't know if you've ever been tubing. Barefoot water skiing.
What about the
not that
flying
chill.
squirrel one?
Yeah,
That's like banned now.
have a
If you
question.
have a friend that you don't like very much, they can do that, and then you'll lose them.
Tubing?
Yeah. Or the flying squirrel. Have you ever seen that?
It's like the tube that lifts off the ground.
Yeah, it's illegal in the lower 48.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
There's no water sports happening on my boating.
I have a question. Does surfing count as water sports?
No.
No?
I think that's different.
I don't think so.
Wake surfing.
Water polo.
Wake surfing, yes.
Water
Wake
polo,
surfing.
yeah.
Wake surfing.
If a boat's involved,
It's like a lake sport more. So.
Synchronized swimming.
Okay.
We don't have an ocean.
What about like stand-up paddleboarding? Are we good with that? Or is that
Also, yeah, if you come to
Sup
Whistler,
yoga?
yeah, sup.
floating
Supping.
down a river can
Yes.
also, and I
Yep.
feel like, again, encompassing chilling /
yeah.
drinking
Yep.
in the water sport realm. So
Barbecuing, water sports.
Yeah.
We're looking
Loaded.
good.
okay, I'm happy with that pick.
I'm happy with that. That's phenomenal.
Are you guys going again?
Nope. Nope. It's back to you guys.
Back to us.
It's back to
It ping pongs around. It's a
Oh,
Just
now
do
it.
two?
nope. Because so how it goes: 1, 2, 3, 3,
Yeah,
2,
yeah, yeah.
1. Now it goes. Oh,
One.
Yeah,
See?
we go again,
we go
yeah,
again.
yeah,
We
yeah,
go
yeah,
again.
yeah.
Good call.
If anybody picks
it's
road
very
cycling,
complicated.
Wow, there's some good ones on here. I'm going to go with this one. Craig, I'm just going to go ahead and grab the reins on this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go camping. Big fan of camping. Up in the mountains, you know, pitching a tent, sleeping in a camper. People can get absolutely shit-faced if they want. Me, that's going to include probably dirt biking, mountain biking, hiking, maybe cruise around with my dog. So camping is
All-encompassing.
an all-encompassing, fun summertime activity I look forward to. Craig, are you a camper? I don't know. I just kind of took the reins on that one.
Here's my stance on
See
camping.
the Sky Highway
Like,
camper.
here's
You
my
got to
stance.
Instagram that thing.
Yeah, see the Sky camp. Just do all those things and then go home.
Fair.
There's a little bit of a divide in Teams Bucks and Deep.
Yeah.
Teams Bucks and Deep were a little divided.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's fun, but I'm like, oh, you can just also just go home too.
Craig lives close to the outdoors.
Yeah.
You have to
Accessible.
stay up till 4 a.m. around the fire.
True.
Eat
Backyard.
mushrooms.
Fire pit.
There's a fire ban in Whistler. Maybe I'm not the worst. I'm the worst one to answer this one. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right, Jerm, hit him. LTC.
We're gonna go motocross.
You guys are gonna pick motocross. You guys are
Neither
picking
of us.
motocross.
Neither of us dirt bike.
Neither of you guys have a dirt bike.
But we were just at Supercross.
Yep.
We're kind of sold
Yeah.
now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Watched the demo out front.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Potential new consumers of
Yeah.
motorbikes.
What about the sport do you love the most, do you think?
I think the speed.
The Lycra. We're big moto. Not even just dirt biking, just like getting on the track.
Just maybe just hanging out. Maybe less riding more and the just.
Like I'm gonna load up 2 dirt bikes in my truck and go to the track and not
unload.
Not
load
a,
them
no.
and just like dirty them up a bit. Like you know when you're a kid, you like
Yep.
rubbed your
Yep.
skateboard,
Same thing.
put some dirt on it, and
Yeah.
It could be one of the hardest sports to do well bloated.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what do you guys got? Bloated?
Chilling, bloating, and motocross.
Damn, that's
hard hitting.
I can see you guys put up to track a lot of unsolicited advice on maybe suspension setup. That could be pretty good.
Could be, yeah.
Okay, keep moving right along, Jules and Silk.
All right, so far we have boating and drinking. And I clearly didn't consider Silk in my choices, but I'm going to go with flirting.
It's not about Silk.
Silk is getting married, so he's not included. But
Still flirting with her, though.
yeah, there you go. Actually, you're so right.
Yeah.
You got to keep that alive. Flirting's my only natural talent.
Okay.
And people like to do things that they're good at, so, I'm gonna go with
Drinking,
flirting.
boating, flirting. That's what we're looking forward to from Jules.
Scandalous.
And for our final choice, I think a lot of ours got taken, but I'm going to lock in golf.
Fuck!
I don't think either of us golf, but it seems to be very popular, and it's a good time.
You thinking about taking up golfing?
I'm thinking about it,
Okay.
debating.
That's clean.
Yeah,
Golf's good.
Strategic move.
It was a strategic move. Great shot. Yeah, you sunk my battleship.
Okay. What do you dipshits have?
So our last activity that we want to do a lot this summer is we're gonna hit the water park a lot. We're probably gonna go like t-shirts on at the water park.
That's classy.
And just chill.
The way home from the
Get
track.
bloated. Maybe have the dirt bikes in the back at the water park.
Mud still on the tires.
Maybe dirt bike there. Maybe motocross there.
Maybe wear the jerseys.
No, we're not dirt bike. We're yeah, like have like a Tomac jersey at the water park with some baggies swim trunks on.
Oh my god.
Some, like,
Sir, no
some
pants.
fox
Sir, no
swim
pants.
trunks.
Plaid foxes.
Dude, I'm
Backwards
stoked.
monster flexing. You're actually wearing a motocross hat right now.
But the hat doesn't come off in the water.
No. That sucker's glued on. Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, I gotta watch my dome, dude. I gotta pick that thing so I can keep the thing protected, dude.
They're gonna be tough to beat, Craig.
With the last selection in the 2024 summer draft, Team Pucks and Deep selects from the rafters, getting absolutely yoked.
Yes, getting huge.
That's a good one.
Getting jacked.
Yeah. So you guys, I'm mentioning Team LTC. You guys chose motocross, not really into motocross. We got Team Bombhole employees / managers choosing golfing, not really golfing.
Yep.
And then getting absolutely yoked, absolutely not in my realm.
No,
there.
not at all. No. Yep. Well, our picks were taken.
True, but you know what? You get stronger if you do some new things.
I'm stoked.
Does that round up our summertime draft?
Yeah,
Do you guys
that's
have
it.
all the picks written down?
Yeah, or no, but we
sort
know
them out.
what our picks were.
Yeah.
I remember ours for later.
So to give you guys a little bit of context to make sure that nobody kind of grenaded in their picks, we
Sweating.
brainstormed summertime activities here. I'll just run through the Rolodex of what we had on here. We had motocross, skateboarding, camping, tanning, drinking, chilling, flirting, golfing, doing coke, swimming,
No one picked that one.
surfing, mountain biking, road biking, music festivals, picnics, lawn games, outdoor concerts, road trips, summer projects, i.e. building a deck, smoking weed, bloating, water sports, getting bloated, the water park, barbecuing, and getting absolutely yoked. That was what we came up with. Hope you guys enjoyed our draft. Be sure to comment on Instagram of your favorite summertime activities. We are all now dumber because of this.
We should all go hit. Is there a water park close by? Lagoon, yeah. Raging Waters ain't around anymore. Huh?
I actually drove. I drove Jules and a car full of shit-faced women in the limo to Lagoon in traffic last summer.
Yeah, we
it fun?
gaslighted you into doing that, and we actually need to do it again. It's like about that time.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
hot.
They
It
said,
was
"Hey,
so fun.
hey, Chris, we're just going to the Salt Lake County
He said the
fair."
fairgrounds.
And I was like, "Oh, that's cool. I'm going to go skate Rose Park. It's right next to the skate park. That's convenient."
Lagoon's like 30
We get in the car.
It was
they're-
rush hour.
They're like, "We're actually going to Lagoon." I was like, "That's 45 minutes away."
so far. North.
Bumper to bumper traffic. It took
And we
an
were
hour.
being such girls. We were like singing like Nicki Minaj and stuff in the back seat.
Did you have your hat on? Did you have your
What I did
driver's
is
hat on?
I closed the divider, so but you know they were having so much goddamn fun. It was a good time for the whole family. Love that. How are we feeling about our picks, Pucks and Deep?
I feel fantastic, actually. I don't know if I'm going to adhere to the getting yoked one. I'm going to try.
Or camping, it sounds like, for that matter.
Yeah. I'm going to take the bench camping.
There you go.
We should do a follow-up. Everybody has to post a photo doing the thing that... Yeah. You guys have to do moto. You guys have to be on the golf course. Me and Chris have to take a photo with our shirts off.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Too late to change pics.
Yeah. Some flirting. That's good stuff. We didn't really catch up with Sage and Germ. What have you guys been doing on this? You guys been filming all winter, right? Or have you? Nope. No. Okay, just kidding. What have you? What would you say that you do here?
What did we do
This year.
What did we do this year? We chilled. Got kind of bloated.
Not motocross, but
We sledded. We didn't go to water parks, but we went to, we got a little skunked quite a bit this year. Trying to film. Wasn't the best season for us, but
tough
that's okay.
conditions.
It's okay. They can't all be zingers, as they say.
Are we talking goose egg or we got any clips?
Dude, kind of a bit of a goose.
But we weren't trying all.
I've had better seasons.
Yeah.
We didn't have like a big project
Yeah.
on the plate though.
No big project.
So that was a big contributing factor.
Next year, though. Watch out. Did natural selection. Dude, got a sled. Got a free sled.
Oh, yeah. You
Got a free sled.
Yeah, the back three. Let's talk about the back three.
Let's talk about the back three.
That won you a goddamn sled.
Yeah, got the most expensive sled from.
And you also took off on the sled.
Oh, dude.
On air, no helmet.
No
live
helmet.
Broadcast.
No helmet. Had a beer before, and it wasn't warmed up, dude. So I go to goose it, and nothing. I'm like, oh no, and I'm trying
Fogging.
Ricky's like, dude, take that thing for a rip. I'm like, oh, sick. Fire it up. I'm going. It's just getting me no goose, dude. And I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna get parked on like live webcast.
Could be the greatest canoe ad ever. Just stuck in the...
No, it was all flashing before my eyes, like Czak, Polaris, Skidoo. I was like, dude, don't end up being a meme or something right now. Like, just gooned going up. But yeah, I got that. That was cool. That was fun. Revelstoke is sick. That venue was really rad.
God, when you were punching up that hill, I was like, please bury it. Please bury it.
I was like 2 seconds from, if I didn't turn around, like just getting pinched.
And then you see like half the staff running up the hill, like falling, and trying to...
Just sitting there like, huh. Oops.
Is this a 75 or the... No, so this is NA, yeah? Okay.
This is the turbo?
I'm used to a different one.
So how many ski-doos do you currently have parked in the garage these days, Sage?
I have 2 right now, but the third one hasn't come yet.
Okay, so yeah.
So
you know what's better
3.
than 2 skidoos?
Having 3.
3. Yeah, that's absolutely right.
And Germ's gonna. I have a turbo right now. Germ's gonna take that one next year. Yeah. So his first year in the turb.
Germ's gonna be on the turb.
Yeah. Upgrading.
Wow. Thornburg on the visor.
How do you feel about that?
I'm excited. Good. Yeah.
Now, did we augur any board mounts? Any coolant issues?
This year? Nope, not this year.
But, drilling into the coolant again? How these Polarises work? On the dude you go here.
That situation?
I've never done that. I have never done that, actually. You did that on a...
I did that. So
try it.
So
it's pretty fun.
It's a longer story than... Yeah, we don't need to go into it. I broke every piece of plastic on my snowmobile. Okay. And fixed all of it, but my whole front end basically went a little left. So after like couple more miles on the old hog, the crank bearing blew out, and I got a new top end. But it was mid filming for real snow, and we were just in a bit of a debacle. Monster had these Polarises, which I've never ridden. We get on the Polaris. I'm trying to put the MoPro's rack on, and it was like I was like, oh, I didn't know. I was like dark. It was like 8 p.m. Like we were just in a complete debacle, and I just drill. I'm like, I don't know how to put the
Same
racks
as the do. Just drill through.
Yeah, I'm like,
the tunnel. Right
I'm like, the do has the little holes. I just drill into the coolant and
radiator.
just sprays. You're like, the coolant spraying out,
ejecting.
dude. It's monster green. It's like in my eye. I'm like, oh, shit. I'm like, no, oh my God. call Austin. I'm like, he's the monster TM. I'm like, yeah, dude, I need another snowmobile, dude.
Turns out they have the channel system like the Burton boards.
I think that's just, honestly, that's just the machine's fault. I don't think that's
it wasn't my fault at all.
It could have happened
It's a manufacturing.
It was a manufacturing. Yeah, they shouldn't have.
So why would they put that there?
They shouldn't have it super simple. Like you gotta drill in with a DeWalt, dude.
They put a whole new tunnel on that after that.
Yeah, I had to get a whole new tunnel.
Monster footed the bill.
So I'm super hyped to motocross this summer, man.
As you can tell, real wrench. He's a big timer.
Bit of a wrench, dude.
So we got an Instagram question from Takuna54. He says, "What are Sage's thoughts on the term goat?" We also want to hear Craig and Germs. I also want to flip this on his head and also say, who'd you say not who's the goat? Who's the bloat goat? Who would you say is the bloat goat?
The bloat goat.
The goat of being bloated.
Maybe Sneaks.
Maybe like
Sneaks.
Yeah. Or
Sam
Bob.
Taxwood?
Yeah. Or Bob. Have you seen how much Bob can push out his stomach?
Yep.
Dude, Sneaks is the bloat
You
goat.
can probably throw
for
my name
sure.
in the hat there. You guys have seen me with my shirt off at the sect.
When you see Sneaks at like 5 p.m. in the Mammoth parking lot, just bloated and like sunburned. Wow. After like a super park, there's nothing better. Nothing better.
You know, I would say like 2018 Zak Hale.
Yeah.
He was a bloat goat.
Bit of a bloater.
Before he started hitting all the creatine.
Yeah.
The cream
now
and
he's
the
just
sex. Yeah.
straight up a piece of muscle.
Absolutely yoked.
He is a bison patty.
Yeah.
Real honest question. Do we think we have a potential Brandon Biebel situation here with Zach?
I hope so.
February 12th, he's just in Brighton, shirt off for some reason, dangling out the pants.
What's cool about that is when you're like 230 pounds of thick boy muscle, like every trick gets better. Like when you hit like a front board big body pretzel out is a lot cooler than just a front board pretzel out. But when you're swinging 230 of brick house around, that's pretty sick.
Okay, we got an Instagram question from Judd Henke's. Favorite skier? What do you guys got?
Judd already knows that one. It's Candy Tovex all the way, dude.
It's a win. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we were watching his videos all
We
year.
were watching a lot of Candy Tovex.
Oh, you were? Set us up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't know what he looks like, but
Yeah. We were watching all these like Candy Tovex videos, and Judd finally goes, I don't even know what this guy looks like. He doesn't like put his face out anymore. I was like, I don't really know what he looks like either. I had to Google I Googled Candy Tovex face.
Hot?
Good looking Frenchie.
old photo though. Nothing new.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dated. I mean, I'm going to go Henrik Harlow.
Yep.
Always been a fan.
For the children.
For the children.
Yep.
Sean Pettit.
Oh, wow. Great answer.
Clean.
Silk D, I'm interested to hear your take on this.
I'm going Candy too.
Oh, Candy.
Sick.
Just because
Yeah.
you don't know any other skiers, or?
Pretty much the only two I know were named. So,
Okay.
Yeah, but I prefer Candy.
Huge shout out to the kid again, Tanner Hall. Some notables, Jossie Wells.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, T Hall's royalty.
Yeah. All right, we're going to talk to you guys about some speakers. I'm a big fan of these speakers. We're talking Turtlebox, and they deliver the best sounding, most durable, portable speakers available. Let me tell you, you can put these things through the ringer. So the Turtlebox Gen 2 portable speaker is 100% waterproof while boasting best-in-class audio and up to 20 plus hours of playtime. You don't need to charge it. You can be slapping tunes for 20 hours. As a plus, you can pair multiple Turtlebox speakers together at the same time to enjoy a true AB surround sound experience. Simply put, the Turtlebox is an extremely fun product designed for days at the mountain, on the water, in the backyard, and everywhere in between. To learn more, check out turtleboxaudio.com and get yourself that Gen 2 portable speaker. It's a great product. Slap some tunes, have some good times with your friends. All right, we're going to dive into some Instagram questions here. This one's from Dimitri Zervos. He says, for Sage. No, that's the wrong question. Sorry, Dimitri. We're going to ask this one from Kyle Sheehan. Why do I get a boner every time I walk by the Oakley store and see Sage's cute face? Sage, would you like to field that one?
Dude.
This has come up a lot actually in random conversations. So yeah.
Yeah. It's actually a frequent problem for a lot of people. It's been happening globally, all over the world since we've been plastered in my face all over Oakley stores. It's an epidemic, actually. So we're sorry about that, but there's no solving it.
There's no solving it.
Science doesn't have the answer.
Science doesn't have the answer, and I'm here to stay.
Yep. Okay, there is scientists at Oakley working on it currently.
They're trying to make me more ugly.
Yes, yeah, that's true. Work on the jawline a little bit. Hey, Silk, do you want to fire up a question for Germ?
Yeah, I think you guys were talking about some camera setup stuff, and I heard a little rumor about it's not about the setup per se, more about the vision, maybe. Care to elaborate?
I think, yeah, I mean, just nowadays there's so many cameras that are so good at everything. It's easy to get like wrapped up in like, oh, if I get this camera with this lens, that's like that's the answer, which I do the same thing. I'm always looking at new stuff, but then I will not get it, and then I'll just keep using what I'm using or what I have, and I'm like, oh, this actually works. And sometimes like when I'm shooting photos, I try not to carry lenses or like that many, like one or two, because like it's nice to have a really light pack when you're shooting photos, and that like limits you if you only have like a 70-200 and like I don't really have a fisheye. So I'm like, okay, that's like all I have. So that's what I'm limited to. It's just like if you have 8 lenses, then like where do you even start?
Mm-hmm. Big motion blur guy, I've noticed.
Yeah, I mean, because I started taking photos with the point and shoot, and it's just like not as nice, but like the slow shutter on it's really cool because it like would fit in my pocket, and you just ride next to someone and just like hold the button down. 1 in like 1,000 looks cool, and it's like on a shittier camera.
Well, it's good for usage. One out of every 1,000 photos.
My ugly mug just standing there. He actually has to do this because
we need 1,000.
He blurs my face for a reason.
Exactly. Otherwise, just too many boners.
Too many boners, and it's
So what do you got in the back? What's our daily driver here?
Daily driver. I film on a red, and then I try to use lenses that'll work for both photo and video. Doesn't really work as well because I have a Canon R5, and they have some new RF lenses that are really nice and small, super light, but really I don't like filming with them. They don't zoom well. So I'm kind of in a pickle with lenses and trying to figure it out. They just came out with a new lens that's supposed to be good at both, but I haven't gotten it yet. It's on back order.
We're on R&D over here.
Yeah. So I am always switching it up, but I like filming on the red, and it's super versatile. Like you can build it up as much as you want or just have it pretty tiny, and a lot of different lens options. And then I like shooting photos on Canon just because that's what I started, and like I'm used to that system.
It's good, probably convenient shooting on a red with just a giant file that goes directly to an iPhone too. That's
exactly
probably very convenient.
Yeah. I mean, I also use my phone a lot.
True.
Yeah.
So,
little 3X logo goes a long way.
Goes a long way.
And the GoPro, honestly, like filming around the park is like either iPhone or GoPro. I really don't use the red in the park ever.
I have a question from Nathaniel Ikora. He's from Squamish, actually. Really great guy. Good question. Talk about the intersection of filmer, photographer, and boarder. I think this is a conversation that doesn't get brought up enough because when you're filming with somebody, it's a team, right? Like the shots that you get are because of the rider and the videographer / photographer. Talk about maybe some, who you have the best chemistry with, maybe examples, you don't have to say names, where it's like, it just didn't work or something like that, 2 different visions. I know, Chris, you probably have a lot of those.
I have names.
Okay. Great question, Nathaniel.
I think, I mean, a big one, this is more like follow camming in the resort, is like, I'm regular, so it works better if I'm filming goofy people. Like, Zach is hard because he's regular, and I'm not like, I don't really like riding switch and trying to film, and I don't like looking over my shoulder, so that'll probably catch my edge.
Zach's shoulders are also so broad, it's probably hard to keep in frame.
Exactly.
He's looking like the sunbum gorilla out there, basically, filled with creatine.
And if you miss it, he's mad.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I like that. What about over the years, Germ? Who have you had good chemistry filming with?
I mean, Sage and I have been working together for like, I think this will be like 5 years in a row.
Yeah, 5 years like straight on. With LTC longer, but we weren't like a unit back then.
Yeah, and so I would say like it's just been, we work like well together. It's not just his riding, but it's like our work styles. I would say,
Workflow.
yeah.
It's
Where-
light. It's fun.
And we've learned just like, oh, we work like that is maybe more rare than I think when we initially started. We realized. Whereas now we're like, oh, this works really well, and it doesn't always work really well.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes it's tough. And even for like a rider too, you know, you have other people come in the crew, and like me and Jerm are so dialed, it doesn't always work if you have someone else come in the crew that doesn't gel. And it's not that they're a bad person and you're like super good friends with them, but you're like, we're not like seeing or like we're seeing features too similar, or like we are seeing features completely different, and it's like it's kind of all over the place. So,
Jerm, shoot me straight. How did we do in the wedge session last year? You know, I thought we had a good dynamic.
I think you did great.
You're welcome with us anytime
Okay.
ever. Just to let you know, please come out
I thought
more.
I had a pretty good average. Went four double backflips in a row. Didn't grab a single one. 0 for 4 on reaching. That's a bloat issue, I think.
You landed
was
everyone. You landed everyone.
No, I did.
Or no,
I undercooked the turkey once or twice.
Once, yeah.
Once, yeah. But-
Yeah, you're welcome back anytime.
okay, I was making sure we passed the vibe check. Who do you work well with, Craig?
I've been really lucky, actually. Seb Judge, Tommy Doyle, Ben Webb, Russell Chai, couple really, really good filmers. And it all depends on, and I could say a number of other names for sure, but those are just who I've worked with most recently. You have to have the same like goal, work ethic, want, I feel like, because if like Sage, you're going out there and you're like, I really want to hit this thing and it's going to be a 6-hour build, and Jeremy, you're like, I was kind of thinking we were maybe going to do like a pat down or something like this. Over here, that day is just like, it's kind of tough. Like obviously the rider will get to ride what they want, but it's finding that symmetry and stuff like that. I also think, because I film in the streets and in POW, those are two very different, like it's a very different workflow. So I've been lucky to film with a bunch of really good filmers, and I don't know. I feel like you have a lot of experience in this because you filmed with a ton of different. Like when you're filming parts nowadays, you kind of work with the same person for a year, 2, 3 years. But when you back in the day when it was like, hey, you're filming for this video, we've hired these 2 filmers. Half the time you never filmed with them. You know,
Totally.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start current. Silk D over here. Him and I spend we spend so much goddamn time together, and I'm talking to him about cutting up Instagram assets, and he is goated. He's a freaking champion.
Thank you.
We have a good. I would say it might be one-sided, but I love working with Silk.
Give him a
Thanks,
horn.
guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Round of applause.
And he works his ass off. If anybody, like all the Instagram assets, all the YouTube shorts, all the stuff, Silk works his fucking ass off. So, and is really, we have a good time, I think, doing it too. But when I'm filming snowboarding and stuff, you know, obviously, like Tanner, you know, grew up on the East Coast filming with Tanner. We had a great rapport. Carlino was great. Meyer, I think, is one of my favorites of all time. Always had good chemistry with Meyer. I love Shane Charlebois. I think I've had a lot of good. I love shooting with Buds. Him and I had such a great rapport. Andy Wright, photographer-wise. There's a photographer thing there, too.
For sure, yeah.
Obviously, Ollie Gagnon, incredible. I'm sure there's names I'm forgetting, but when I think about somebody who I didn't have a great rapport with, this is pretty funny, is Jackdaw the Wep. I love the Wep, okay? I'm a fan of him. I enjoy talking to him. He's my boy. I think I get insecure because he's better than me at snowboarding. So when I'm shooting a photo with him, I feel stupid. Because I'm like, he could do this first try. And last time I shot a photo with him, I knuckled the jump and shit my pants. And because I think I was intimidated by the Wep. I don't know. Can you guys back me up on that?
Yeah, dude, he's intimidated. He's good at snowboarding. For sure.
I'm like doing something like the Wep could do this first try.
He had 2 T-rolls.
Yeah, he back tens.
Yeah, he had back tens.
Yeah. Back tens. Back 10 god.
Yeah, he's good. Not bad.
Sage? I mean, you guys are basically.
Yeah. I mean, we work so well together, and like Jerm said, I don't think we knew it at first. Where it was just clicking, and we were just like, just kind of.
This is how it always
like,
is.
Yeah. This is, and I was with Tyler Orton too, and Jerm at the same time, which was really sick. That was insane. Probably production wise, one of the most productive winners I've ever had in my life was like with Tyler, Jerm filming, and then me, Gabe, and Big Air Jer. That was like, we were unstoppable. Just like, dude, every day people were just bagging clips, and it was like you had 2 angles with people you trusted, and it was insane. And just the snow was good. It just doesn't It doesn't always help if snow's bad, or like snow's like, you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
Yeah, chemistry can be there. So
But yeah, like I find it like, with me, I think it's the hardest with like riders too. Like for me filming, I have Germ. I know like we're just working in unison, but it's, sometimes it's hard when you're like with more riders. Cause I just go tunnel vision and just like, I'm going to do me and like you figure out like what you're doing, And if someone's not doing that, I'm like, I feel like I'm kind of like babysitting or caretaking and I'm like, I don't love doing that. But there is an aspect of like teaching someone, like I love going out with Judd Hankus now, like he just kind of sits there and learns and he's just down to be out and about and just loves snowboarding and loves filming and loves the art of it. So yeah, we have a good time together too.
He's a bit of a problem.
That's rider filmer term. Photographers, some that get their elbows in a little too much. Who are you kind of? Who are you maybe boxing
I like
out of
that.
a situation?
That's a great question, Craig.
Yeah.
Great question.
I'm not.
And I want names.
That's more the streets probably, but I was with Bob a lot when so I would say Bob.
So that's
always.
when you dislike the most, or?
Yeah, he's loud.
Okay.
You're just trying to get the job done, and he's just chatting.
Dude, shooting with Bob is so funny, man. He's like, you could be battling something and he's like just roasting you or something.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
G. Siebes is the question. How many days in a row should one wear a pair of socks? Sage, any insight?
Oof. Wow. Yeah, I learned my lesson the hard way when I was younger. I had a cut or I had something going on my leg and I was wearing dirty snowboard socks a lot. I was kind of dirty kid. And I got a staph infection on my leg.
Respect.
And I got MRSA. And it was really bad and I couldn't snowboard and they had to cut a hole in my leg. And yeah, I now whenever I get a cut anywhere on my, specifically like legs or like feet, I freak out. And I'm like, I'm going to get like staph infection. I'm like tripping out now. I'm like a germaphobe, but like knees down. I don't know why only that. I think I'm just scarred from that.
Literally.
Yes, I change socks like at least once a day. If I'm doing multiple activities, I'll like change socks 2 times a day.
Smart.
Joe Carlino, sock hypochondriac situation.
Is he
He's just a hypochondriac. Oh my God.
Dude, I mean, talking about filming with people. Joe Carlino is so sick.
Have you got
to
the film with Joe, Craig?
Only at X Games, like talking stuff. I've never actually, no, I've maybe filmed a clip or 2. We were doing something, but I've never got the chance.
Let me guess. He had like the Skeletor camera hanging from the crane.
Yeah, the easy rig way up there.
Easy rig.
He looked beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah. Joey Meatsticks is awesome. An asset of the crew.
Absolutely.
You were in the streets with Joey Meatsticks.
I was. I went to Bosnia with Joey Meatsticks. Went to Russia. We went all over the place. It was awesome. And Hale and Schroeder.
Yep.
Quick tip for the listeners. If you get cold feet, before you go snowboarding, put on a fresh pair of socks because your feet sweat a little bit. And then if you clean your feet, put on a fresh pair of socks, put them in the boots. They stay drier and warmer. So if you have cold feet, put new socks on before you put your boots on.
That is straight up. Like, if you're rocking your snowboard socks from the house to the resort, like, dude, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
That's a no-go. You got to go normal socks up, air them out, get them nice and dry, and then immediately snowboard socks, boots, boom.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to open up a can of worms here. We don't have a designated product talk section. There is one Instagram question we'll get into about product, but I want to open up this can of worms because I think it's interesting. We have a lot of people come on the show talk about quivers, right? They're like, they got all different boards for different stuff. What is your guys' philosophy on quivers? Are you a one-board pony?
Germ, start that one off.
Germ, take this one, Germ.
I got a K2 passport, and it just works for everything. It's like the normal person version of the Alchemist that Sage will ride a little bit.
Civilian.
A civilian version of that Alchemist.
Good for everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, no, that's interesting. I can see it. Like, for me, I ride very specific terrain the way that I want to be riding it. So I ride multiple different boards for sure. Like, if I'm in the park, I'm going to be on the K2 Hypnotist, but I'm riding the Antidote that I designed to like jump and hit cliffs and stuff. But then if I want to get into some super steep stuff or just be like on a bigger hog, I'm on the Alchemist. I just like to be on things that they're designed to be on. And like, that's how me and Jay Stone work like hand in hand on that. So I can see how you'd want to just be on one board, but for me, I don't need to have 6, but I'd like to have 2 or 3. I think that's like pretty fair.
I think I've learned too. I don't snowboard the same as Sage, so maybe I need different things.
I'm like, dude, you got to get on this. He's like, dude, this thing's intense.
I'm like, I can ride it, but I don't want to.
Yeah, totally. I think like finding the board that you like and having fun on it and riding the way that you want to ride is the most important thing. But for me, I know I need 3 boards.
Are you allowed to talk about this? I saw you testing some new shapes. Is that top secret?
It's secret-ish, but we're working on a new one. And with K2, and it'll be, like what Jerm was saying, we don't probably ride the same boards, but it's something that I think we're working on that I think he took some laps on it and he was really stoked and I was also really stoked. So, trying to find that like middle ground.
Craig?
I'm the same as you guys. I feel like 3 boards. I guess when I'm filming in the streets, I have a bunch of different boards. So I think like over the season, I'll maybe go through like 7 or 8 different boards.
But of that model in the streets?
Of that model, the Sensor Pro, I'm riding the Nidecker Sensor Pro in the streets, and then Alpha APX, which is a great board in POW. Nidecker's doing some really sick things where they, as you said, like you ride a board for what it's made for, right? Yeah. So like if I'm gonna go rip cords, like you want a board that's gonna rip cords, and you can do that on all boards. But I mean, if you ever get on like they have a couple like really good carving boards, you ever get on one of those and rip cords, you're like, this is what this is made for, right? Yeah. So I feel like what you're gonna do that day, try to ride the board you can if you're able to do that. So I think like 2 or 3 boards though is probably what you need for the winter.
I think that's a good way of looking at it. Like if you can and you want to. Yeah. I know people are just like, do I want to have one board? Like, Turtlebox kind of like that. Do I want to have one board? Maybe 2.
And block, same way.
Yeah, totally. It's like, it's just preference, you know? But I know if I want to go rip core, I'm not going to ride like a certain board. For sure. Like, I'm not going to ride like a noodly park board. Rip cord. Like I'm going to go to the good side cut and little stiff, you can dig in and like really rip the mountain apart. And that's just what it's made for.
Yeah.
Kaylin White wants to know tapered versus directional twins for all mountain backcountry freestyle.
That's a fun conversation.
Tee it up.
I like both for different things.
Both. Yeah.
I like both. I'm gonna leave it, and I'm gonna leave it there.
Great answer.
So, well, I learned a lot of that from Jay Stone when we were making the antidote. I was like, I want something that's going to hold on like a 50-foot cliff. I could hit a 120-foot jump on it, but I also want to go like, weave in and out of trees and not lose. I don't want to feel like I'm on like a brick, and it to be really nimble. And so we designed that as there's no taper in the antidote, but it does on the very edge of the tips and tails that are not on your contact point, only will touch and powder, is a little bit of contour on the tips and tails. So you can weave in and out. And that basically is acting as taper on that board. And I thought that was a cool piece that I didn't really believe Jay Stone on when we were mocking it up. I was like, I don't think that.
Yeah, sure, buddy.
Yeah, like cool one, dude. Nerd. and then we got on. I was like, dude, that really works, man. It's awesome. And I like it, and you don't lose the volume.
What about the yoink on like a cab 9 when you're really snapping off your tail? Do you feel that, or like your switch nose, like where you're, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It doesn't bite or anything.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bite at all.
Or it would slip out or whatever it would do.
If you're like buttering on a hard pack, like if you're at the resort and like buttering around, you'll feel it. Okay. But it's not exactly designed to go do that. But yeah.
Interesting. Have you guys ever detuned your nose and tail? Do you guys ever do that?
Detune like the top, like the nose?
No, why?
Why? Okay, I grew up riding with Scott Stevens, and we were riding.
Okay, I'm gonna do it too.
Small hills in
say no more.
But when you're riding a 200, whatever 500 East Coast smaller resort, right? And there's not a lot to work with. You're like, fuck, we got some jibs, but we're gonna probably do some butters. We're gonna really butter low speed butters to the park, and you're really like spinning around on your nose and tail scraping. I remember I've gotten some flack for it, but if you're really doing steep butters, the nose and tail can grab you. Oh. There's no really reason why it should be sharp in the first place.
Yeah.
What's the point of not detuning it? That's a better question. Why are they sharp? What are they? Tail blocks?
For sure, but like, okay, so you're buttering. Like, how often are you catching your nose on a butter?
I mean,
because of the sharpness of your edge.
I mean, I think it's.
Is
I
it
can't
placebo?
recall. Maybe it's just a mental. It could be a placebo effect. Yeah.
Yeah.
But think about when
Which I love.
your board's
I love
really
that.
steep.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
your
yeah.
board's really steep.
Yeah.
Like a nollie 360 spin around on the nose butter.
I feel like that sounds like it'd be like a contact point issue.
Yeah, I don't think that's
But-
metal.
Okay.
But I like that. I'm gonna start doing that.
Yeah, same here.
I'm gonna get like the softest K2 and just like keep the middle sharp.
hey, Sage, what do you use this board for? Oh, well, I do my slow butters on the way to the park. No edges on the nose and tail.
Actually, Woodward is too steep.
Yeah.
Actually, that's awesome.
I think
like
that also the quiver is environmental. Like if you're from Saskatchewan or you're from
Oh, yeah, dude, you're not
Massachusetts,
gonna
like
hit
you don't need 4 snowboards. You're riding hardpack.
You're hitting
park.
You're hitting Highland. You're like, yeah, I think I might hop on the 158 today. Like, whoa, the big rig? Like, for what? Yeah, I kind of want to carve it up a little bit.
150-foot vertical carving. Yeah.
Look at Tommy Gesme's garage.
Yeah.
This is a good one for Craig. Aventry, preferred lumber for the dangle. He's talking about hockey. What are you running?
Oh, great. Bauer Hyperlight, 75 flex, P92 curve, and no cut. I don't cut it at all. It's great out of the box. So
Do you detune?
Just the nose and tail.
when I'm going a little bit slower, buttering with the puck on the way to the game. Yeah,
Can
yeah.
you butter in hockey?
Kind of. I mean, if you're a goalie, you kind of butter
Buttering
around.
all around, yeah.
Buttering around. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been detuning my skates.
Looking really slow out there.
Little fun fact: Craig Mick, I got one of his pieces of lumber in the garage. Name on the stick, bit of a flex.
Yeah, shout out Bauer. Thank you.
What?
Name on the stick? Pro model.
It's a tough look in beer league when you have like almost too nice of gear.
Complete enemy of the state.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
like, dude,
this-
like Craig,
Look at this plug.
the damn McMorris.
He's
Especially
a
with the tinted visor is also a tough look.
I'm going to tell you
Oakley?
guys,
Yeah.
he's a
Oh, yeah.
weapon.
No.
Oakley makes the
Bell Oakley?
sickest
What do you
hockey
want?
visors ever.
What?
They make a prism rose visor, and it actually, once you play with it, I know I look like a kook, but you're like,
Sell me a little bit more of those.
I'm
Oakley
seeing,
Prism.
I'm seeing. My periffs are incredible. It's a dark barn. I can see everything. Yeah, Vision's 2120 in that thing.
Wow.
Yeah, if you're interested in checking out, he wore it during his Bumble episode
Yeah,
in
that's
the studio. So, looks great. All right, we got a question from Will Frazier. Essential Canadian snowboard films that Americans may not have watched.
Shout out Will Frazier, you're the man. Any Sandbox video?
Yep.
Do you guys watch Sandbox?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew Jeeves.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's a shakedown, Akon. Oh, my God.
Yo.
It's a shakedown.
Oh, well, okay, so also we did the Airtime Invitational or whatever in Canada, and Kevin Sansone, the gentleman that made all those movies.
Legend.
Just freaking best Andirect I've seen in a very long time on the quarter pipe. It was so sick. So shout out to Kevin. He made all those movies. And then I think like one Canadian video that I don't think gets represented as a Canadian video, Deja Vu and Encore.
We like to take those as our own. We like to,
Yeah.
we like to bring those down to the lower
Yeah.
48.
A couple culture vultures down here.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Those are from the U.S.
So I
Hey,
think
what about
8
that-
Mile.
8 Mile fast food? Was that?
That was
Who made that?
the fast food, I think.
I had that on DVD somehow. I don't know who gave it to me.
Lit up in the comments, and I apologize.
We
But
got-
I think that might be an 8 Mile. That was like Mikey Renz and like Johnny Lyle and like those
Yeah.
guys. I think that might have been it, but I can't remember off the top of my head. I
Yeah,
apologize to
it was-
everybody. I'm
I mean,
sorry.
we got Young Brown Walsh. We got some Shorties videos.
Yeah, Shorty's videos.
We got Wasted Youth.
Yeah, out of Revelstoke.
Yep.
Yep.
A lot of the French Canadian videos with Mammoth and all those guys
Yeah.
in it.
Oh my God.
Brothers
There actually
Factory.
is so-
There's like
yeah,
a lot of
there's so many.
insane Canadian crews that have put out videos over the years.
Separate cards too. I like
Yep.
Toonies a lot. I watched that the other day.
All right, should we just smack a salt and wrap this thing up? I think it's been a good show, guys.
You guys
Let's
have an
hit a
extra
little
one over there?
salt.
What are we
I
getting
got a
into
whole-
this?
oh, yeah, I
So
was
we're
gonna-
recording
Toss
this.
you on there, Sage?
It's
Huh?
here you go.
Yeah, I got.
It's a
You hoarding
Thursday
them over
right
there?
now. The question is, what are we getting into this weekend, boys? The boys going to get dinged up?
Boys could probably get dinged up.
Yeah.
Zach's been on his health grind, and I think he's ready to let loose. So that means we
that
all
hard
can
work.
have a little bit of
Now
fun
you can have a drink. Yeah.
It used to be me. That's why we were laughing with Zach. He's like, you used to do this.
The Colonel.
Yeah, that's how I got the Colonel.
So you got the
Yeah,
Colonel
It wasn't
nickname.
very fun to hang out with.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Oh, dude. After that.
Sage, don't tell
that's
me.
good.
Don't tell me you're going to take up road biking with Germ. Are you on that?
Oh, I already sold my road bike.
You did?
I got one and sold it.
I love that.
Yeah.
Just keep getting better and better.
Just kidding. Yeah. Dude, you're so cool now, man. Love you.
Germ, are you? What's the one with the road bike?
Road biking, it's a great way to waste some time in the summer. I don't know. I mean,
What about road biking or chilling? Is the question.
I'll probably bike and then chill. It's like a good mix. But I don't know. I don't try to sell people on it. It's kind of a weird thing to convince people to do.
I'm ready to fight the fight against it at any moment. so
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm anti.
That's a roll call on Germ at any moment when you're out.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Craig, we got a big plans tomorrow. We're going to Brighton,
We're going to Brighton.
and then
We're all
we're
going
playing.
to Brighton.
Then we're playing 18 holes or 9 holes. We're playing 9 holes.
Probably we'll get 15 in and then head to the airport.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you guys going to Brighton?
We're going to hit Brighton tomorrow.
We are.
Yep. It's a B-town, B-town.
Maybe you'll see an edit. Maybe you won't.
Yeah. Hey, we'll see.
We'll see. All right. Thanks everybody for listening to this absolute train wreck of a show. It's been pretty fun.
How long did we get?
Under 2 hours with the
not
break
bad.
we
That's
took.
There you go.
It's May.
It's May.
May.
Nobody's listening anymore. Anyway, they're
Echo chamber.
chilling.
Yeah, they're chilling, bloating.
They're chilling and bloating, boating. They're boating and bloating. And Silk, how do you feel the show went?
I think it was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
If anyone's still listening, they probably enjoyed it.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
All right. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to our Patreon members, all of our listeners. We got another show coming at you guys next week, I think. Maybe. Anyway.
Maybe. I don't
Thanks
know.
for tuning in.
We got to sign off.
It's summer. Let's get bloated.
It's summer. We're going to go bloat.
Moto. Later.